Never good to see you.
So when I look at that, of course, it takes me back to a question I ask myself every day, which is, why did I survive? And I trapped in the building
You almost did
20 minutes, and I was lucky enough to get out, and some people weren't. Well, but just to get relevant to what's going on right now, it's outrageous that the President of the United States is not in the Situation Room right now planning to destroy ISIS.
What do you think of the argument of it's better that he not? I talked to a Romney supporter who was saying, you know, if he came rushing back, he would look frantic. And he's going about his business like he tells people to go about his business. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why he's a Romney supporter. That would be like Franklin Roosevelt remaining at Warm Springs when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
But that was an attack on us. You know what I'm saying?
This is an attack on one of our allies who belong to NATO. An attack on a NATO ally.
What would you do?
An attack on a NATO ally, in case the president ever read the treaty, is an attack on the United States of America. He has an obligation to defend that country. It's just like an attack on us. I don't know if he's ever read the treaty. The president's knowledge of history is quite questionable in any
he's
number of respects.
Always separated these two. I understand that, but he's always...
He's sitting with a dictator.
Watching a baseball game.
He's sitting with a dictator watching a baseball game while innocent people are being killed in a war.
He doesn't equate it that way. You know what? And he said this before that...
Well, then he should give the job to somebody else.
All right, but you don't obviously agree with that, but if you were there now and looking at what you have to do, what do you do?
Well, so far our strategy hasn't been working, right? Bush took 9/11 really seriously, hit him back like hell, right? And we didn't get a terrorist incident from then on. He's been in office now for 8 years, and we've had 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, obviously he's not scaring them. They don't. There's no worry about Barack Obama doing anything. He's a
He would point out that outside of Boston, it's Europeans, it's the foreigners. They've been getting it.
What about San Bernardino?
Yeah.
Outside of San Bernardino, we're going to forget the people in San Bernardino.
I guess what he said...
We're going to forget Fort Hood. We're going to forget the...
So if his response is to get in front of this, how do you get in front of it?
And we don't protect our allies any longer? An attack on France is not an attack on us? I mean, the man has no conception of the NATO treaty and what it entails.
Do you get a sense of them not even communicating in Europe enough, that France might not share with Brussels, French, what's going on?
I know what they think of him in Europe. I don't think...
No, that's themselves, how they're doing it.
They don't think we have a president. In Poland, they don't think we have a president. France doesn't think we have a president.
But with that, the Europeans, do they have a handle on this when they seem to have trouble communicating the threat amongst themselves?
But if the President of the United States, who is the leader of the free world, or used to be the leader of the free world, took charge, we would have a plan. And the plan should be, and I heard General Keane earlier, no plan. He should be in the Situation Room right now. And here's what the plan should be. What do we have to do to destroy ISIS? No time limit. None of this ridiculously insane. I think Biden invented time limits on wars. Imagine if we fought the Civil War with a time limit. We would have quit after 3 years, and we'd be a divided country. So here's the plan. Destroy ISIS. You're gone. Should give a speech tonight.
Well, he's not going to be doing it. Continuing South American
instead of watching the
Donald Trump has said again, we got to rethink how we handle Muslims in this country. You say what?
I say tonight, you sit down all night, you stay up all night. When I was mayor, there were many times I stayed up all night. And by tomorrow morning, you have a plan to destroy ISIS.
What do you think of Donald Trump's plan? Donald Trump's plan.
I don't know what his plan is.
Muslims, he's curious about why we keep letting somebody in.
Well, we should let in. We should be careful about who we let in. We should be really careful. But here's the plan right now that is relevant to what happened today. Those innocent people, those children were killed. We have a treaty obligation to that country. We are the leader of the free world. We are the leader of NATO. We call a meeting first with our people. We develop a plan. Then we go to NATO and we say, here it is, from beginning to end. By the time we're finished, there will be no more ISIS. It will be gone. It will be removed from the face of the earth.
But we've gone after what we consider to be ISIS cells in Syria.
Yeah.
How many vestiges are right? Is that enough?
A little bomb there, a little bomb here, a little bomb there.
So how do you get these cells? How do you get these cells?
There are a couple of civilians around, so let's not bomb this one. Look, I talk to a lot of people in the military, and I'm very close to a number of the special forces. They are fighting with just about two hands tied behind their back. The objective here is to win a war, not a time limit, not to be 90% popular, not to worry about whether 60% of the American people were against it. Gosh, if Roosevelt worried about that, we never would have gotten into the Second World War. That's why he was a great president. If Reagan ever worried about it, we never would have ended the Cold War. That's why he was a great president. The fact that this president worries about it and stays at a football game is why he's never going to be in their category.
In a baseball game there, but he says that that is all part of a mission to communicate with
And
South
it's
America.
really working. Go tell those people that are dead in Brussels just how well Obama's policy is working. Just go tell the people in San Bernardino that I went and visited 2 months ago just how well Barack Obama's policy is working. You travel the world with me, and you have people who basically love the idea that he was elected. You're coming up to me and say, what a disappointment he's been. Your country is no longer the leader of the free world. The leader of the free world should be directing the effort against ISIS to destroy it. Then we destroy Al-Qaeda.
Gotcha. All right.
And we got a couple more after that.
Couple more.